Welcome back to Nightly Nonsense, where we, which is usually me, but it is set up the show for there to be guest hosts, and it has happened before, so you just have to always be prepared for it. Make some sense out of the nonsense. I'm loving this homework thing. Maybe I'm missing teaching. Maybe I just like making people squirm. I don't know what it is, but I love this homework thing, right? Told you last night. Would God look at you and say, you are a man after God's own heart? Would he say that to you, right? Would he say that you have the same heart as him? So again, last night, we're going to quickly talk about this for a second. What does God mean in this, right? What does he mean? So it says, while their hearts are far from me and their fear of me is a commandment taught by men. You understand that all of a sudden, the fear of God is just, people just are told, oh, hey, we have to do this, right? The heart of God is love God, love people. You say, well, wait, the heart of God is to love God? Yep, the heart of God is to love God, right? God wants you to love God. It's a command. Love God, love people. So God wants you to love him, right? That's the heart of God. The heart of God is, will you love me? If you do love me, I will do amazing things. That's what's going to come next, right? I will do amazing things through you because I'm doing amazing things in you. You understand that as our love goblet, I wish I had my goblet up here, as our love goblet is filled up, right? We can pour it out. We can drink it. We keep drinking. And God says, man, if you just stick with me, this goblet never going to get unfilled. Oh my gosh, I would love that, right? I would love a goblet filled with cherry Pepsi forever, right? It would be fantastic, right? It'd be fantastic if every time I took a sip, cold cherry Pepsi just reappeared. Like it just never went away, right? It would be great. It would also be great if it was no sugar and if it also had, nothing bad in it for you. But if God can do that, he probably can fix all of that as well, right? But wouldn't it be great? Like God says, stick with me and here's what's going to happen. It doesn't matter what people do. It doesn't matter how big of a sip you take, big of a gulp you take. It doesn't matter what happens. I'm going to give you the love, right? To love people. Love me. And I'm going to make you be able to do amazing, crazy, out of this world things. Why? Because you're loving me and I'm the one that keeps filling you up. But here's what happens. I too often look for other people to fill me up. And then what happens is when I'm doing that, there's not enough time, there's not enough energy, there's not enough things in the world that somebody could literally keep me filled up all the time, could they? No way. I have an insatiable appetite. It's not happening, right? All the Rice Krispie treats in the world would not keep it filled up all the way. Like, it's not going to happen. So if you're looking to people to keep you filled up so that you can love people, you're a little bit off track, right? Matter of fact, you're actually following gods and you're worshiping the idea of people. You want people to keep you filled up. You and I, we both know these type of people, right? These are the people that constantly are looking for a compliment. They're constantly looking for you to do something for you. They're constantly getting you to tell them that you love them and all of these things, right? Now, the truth, listen carefully. There are people that you love well enough that you're going to say, I love you, because that's just simply what you do all the time. You just love them all the time. But there's other people that are always searching for people's affirmation. I know this because I've been one of those people, right? I have that tendency. Like I'll keep going if you keep telling me I'm great. What happens when you quit telling me I'm great? Then I'm going to try to do it on my own strength. My cup isn't filled. And now we got goblet problems, man. We got real problems. God says, if you love me, I'll keep filling it up. You'll keep being able to give, and you won't have to worry about it. Do you know that when God says, I want to spend some time with you, it's to fill you up for that reason? Because I know what's coming, and I know what I'm going to ask you to do, and I'm going to ask you to spend some time with me so that I can then use you in another moment to fill up other people. But I can't use you if you're sitting there and you're an empty goblet, right? So what happens is when we aren't going to God and we're not getting filled up, he's going to turn us over to the other stuff. And like I said to you, there isn't another thing on this entire universe that's going to fill your goblet consistently. It's not happening. Your work's not going to do it. It will let you down. Other people aren't going to do it. They'll let you down, right? This is what happens. So God's heart is love me and love people. That's what he wants you to do. It's a really simplistic thing. in nature, super hard in application. Why? Because we don't love God well. So here's my question. Right. Here's what I want you to chew on tonight for Nightly Nonsense. Who's filling up your goblet? Period. We'll see you next time. Nightly Nonsense.